model, more competitive economy. Foreign policy-wise, they're facing a lot of pressure in surrounding areas.
How Xi handles these issues will set the tone for China's 1.3 billion people, a theme also addressed by China's new premier, Li Keqiang, in a press conference at the end of the Congress.
China has more than 1.3 billion people. China still has a long way to go to realize modernization. We need long-term peaceful conditions in the world.
The new premier said China seeks to become a strong and prosperous nation, but pledges China will not seek global domination. Jaime Flor Cruz, CNN Beijing.
2 aides of Prime Minister Morgan Tsvangirai have been detained by police in Zimbabwean capital Harare. Their arrest comes as the country votes in a referendum for a new constitution. A 5th French soldier has been killed in Mali after a bomb exploded beneath a tank he was traveling in. And in Tunisia, thousands of supporters of slain opposition leader Chokri Ben Aib have rallied to mark the end of the 40 days of mourning. We have more of this and other stories in this CFI roundup.
Have begun the count in a referendum on a new constitution. The constitution would replace that crafted with Great Britain in 1980 when the country achieved independence. The ruling ZANU-PF party is urging people to vote yes. However, the vote has revived tensions between supporters of President Mugabe and those of Prime Minister Morgan Tsvangirai. 3 of Mr. Tsvangirai's assistants were arrested on Sunday at their homes. Police had already arrested another of his supporters on Saturday. A 5th French soldier has been killed in Mali during an operation south of Tesselit, near the Algerian border, after a bomb exploded beneath his tank. 3 other soldiers were wounded. At least 30 Chadian soldiers have also died in the mission to oust Islamist rebels from the Afogas region. 1,200 French and 1,500 Chadian troops are presently deployed in the region. Thousands of Tunisians took part in a demonstration on Saturday in Tunis to mark the end of the 40 days of mourning for the murdered opposition leader, Chokri Ben Aib. Mr. Ben Aib's death has further strained relations between Tunisia's secular and Islamist factions. Tunisia's new government, led by the Islamist Ali Larayed, is currently trying to mend ties with the country's 2 secular parties. A fire has destroyed a shantytown in South Africa's Kayamandi region, some 50 kilometers from Cape Town. 2 people were killed and 4,500 left homeless by the blaze. The congested layout of the area and the fact that residents had tried to salvage furniture by dragging it into the street prevented firefighters from reaching the blaze soon enough. The cause is unknown. Authorities say it may have been caused by a petrol fire or even an overturned candle. Such fires are common in South Africa's densely populated shantytowns.
The outgoing Prime Minister of Kenya, Raila Odinga, has filed a petition in the Supreme Court challenging Uhuru Kenyatta's win in the recently concluded presidential elections. Mr. Odinga, who lost the race, claims that the poll was marred by fraud, especially during the vote count. Tensions were high in and around the Supreme Court as police deployed in large numbers to prevent a deterioration of the situation. Let's turn to the CFI report for more.
In Nairobi on Saturday, dozens of supporters of Raila Odinga were surrounded by an imposing police cordon. Inside the court, Odinga's lawyers were lodging a petition to challenge the outcome of the 4th of March presidential elections. Odinga, who was defeated in the first round by his rival Uhuru Kenyatta, claims that the poll was marred by fraud, particularly during the vote count.
In many polling stations, the valid vote cast exceeded the number of registered voters. In specific instances, the result in Form 36 disclosed by IEBC were materially different from the results that were posted in the final tally of the presidential results.
There was tension around the filing of the petition. Police used tear gas to disperse the people demonstrating in favor of Odinga. The Supreme Court has 14 days to hand down a ruling. The defeated candidate promised that he would respect the court decision and asks his rival to do the same.
We now take our second break. And before we go, a reminder for headlines once again. The Young African People's Association has organized a day's forum to celebrate peace and stability in Africa and the world. An environmentally friendly organization in the country has called for organic changes in the kitchen to reduce the overdependence of food as fuel. Chinese President Xi Jinping has vowed to pursue what he calls the Chinese dream as the new leaders wrap up their country's National People's Congress. And Kenya's defeated presidential candidate Raila Odinga has petitioned the Supreme Court in a bid to overturn the results, alleging widespread fraud during the vote count. That brings us to the end of the news. Thanks for the pleasure of your company. Stay tuned and enjoy GRTS.
asalaamaaleykum waa Gambia asalaamaaleykum képp koo xam ne mu ngi seetaan di leen nuyu ku si nekk seen tur ak seen santa di wax alhamdulilah saa su nekk rek di gërëm yàlla suñu borom moom mi nga xam ne moo mun lépp am jox ñu fan bu gudd ak wér bu yaram di gërëm ñi nga xam ne fi ñëw tey jërëjëf amuñ dara luñ leen wax am di kontaan si yéen ñi nga xam ne saa su nekk yéen a di